I didn't do none of that. I just came down, boom, bam. I'm the original person. All right? Let that be known.
All right, Jim, well, let's start with the Celtics. They handed the Bucks their first loss of the season last night, making a franchise record 24 three-pointers. Both Draymond Green and Kevin Durant said this week that the Celtics are the biggest threat to the Warriors. So, do you agree with that?
Yes, I do agree with that. And they did it without Brown on the court last night. He had a foot injury. Hopefully he's all right. But they came out and played very well last night. Kyrie took the initiative last night and just, from Heinsohn, one of the guys that really his commentary for him, he was like, yo, you got to get in shape. And he took that to heart. He got in shape, got his game back, and is getting it back from injuries, just like Hayward is doing. And they're going to be a force to reckon with. It's real early in the season. Real early, and they still have a lot of things to gel with. They got to get Gordon Hayward back involved in the system and everything. But they're going to be a team to reckon with going down the stretch.
But let's be real. Injuries is the only thing that can stop them.
Injuries.
That's it. Ain't nobody beating them. They might win a game, but you're not beating them 4 times in 2 weeks.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Shannon. You have a Boston Celtics team that lines up with Golden State Warriors straight down the line. You got a team that is long, athletic, and you have a team that can switch out on Steph Curry and Tatum and Brown and Horford, and that keep them in front of them. You got to make it tough for him to make shots.
Right.
That's all. You're not going to stop him,
right? But
you just got to make it tough and make it hard for him to make shots, and that's what Boston has that a lot of other teams don't have.
So maybe they could win 2 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. No matter what they say, Golden State Warriors say, you got Kevin Garnett, you got Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So you got Kevin Durant, and nobody in this league can stop Kevin Durant.
Nope.
Nobody. I mean, he has a jump shot, mid-range, 3-point range that he can shoot over anybody, anytime, anywhere. And that's what you got to have, and they know that. That's their card. That's the Golden State Warriors card, and they know that they can use that card anytime, any day.
You were 6 feet tall. He's 7 feet tall.
Correct.
And shooting jump shots.
Over people. With ease. With very ease. And a lot of people, when you look at them, they say it's a myth that you can only shoot 3-pointers. You got to shoot. It's threes and layups and dunks and free throws. Kevin Durant is the best mid-range jump shooter in this game today. And
maybe ever.
If ever. And the Houston Rockets banked on him that they saying we're going to make more threes than you make mid-range jump shots. And they lost.
Yeah. I thought they had him on the ropes there a little bit.
They had him on the ropes, but you keep shooting threes and missing all those threes, and Kevin Durant coming down and Steph Curry coming down and making shot after shot after shot. You can't beat that.
So the best thing that happened to the Boston Celtics last night is they do have one nuclear weapon. One weapon not afraid of any Golden State Warrior. One weapon who beat Golden State at Golden State in Game 7 without Kevin Durant, but that's Kyrie Irving. He did make that shot that closed the deal. Last night, for the first time this year, he started looking like Kyrie to me because the first few games he looked a little tentative, a little bit like playing on ice because he didn't trust his knee quite. Right. And I'm still worried about long-term that knee because it's 2 surgeries now. Major surgeries, and yet he made 6 out of 12 threes. He scored 28, and he looked like a difference maker. And they started vibing and feeding off him. And then they make 24 threes. They were 1 short of the record. Well, that's Golden State-esque, so they're saying, well, we can do that too. They're actually deeper than Golden State, but they're not deeper in talent than Golden State. And yet that coach is pretty good. He can figure some things out.
Very good.
Because they kind of have that Laker issue of they have too many good players, but the Boston players are on another level from the Laker players.
Right, true.
So you got to figure out rotations because now they're just jammed with because as Hayward starts to get, he had 18 last night, so he started getting his legs underneath him.
Right.
Well, they almost have too many players for their own good, but I think that coach will figure that out at some point.
That's what he has to do. I'd rather have too many players for my own good so I can figure it out. And Brad Stevens is doing a great job with Kyrie and not playing him a lot of minutes.
Nope.
He sat him out part of the third quarter at the end of the third quarter and some of the fourth quarter, and he brought him back in with like 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. So he's doing a great job with subbing him in and giving him rest and resting his knee because he know the prime objective is to get him to the end of the season
That is
in the
correct.
playoffs 100%.
So one quick aside on Greek Freak. I watch him a lot, and I see all the sensational plays, the highlight plays, but down the stretch of those games, like the one last night, he just doesn't make that play to win that game.
It's
And he had
point blank layup.
Okay, he had two shots to get them back in the game, make it a game, take it to overtime. I don't know. I don't know what you've seen in him so far, but I'm not seeing that guy yet.
Great player. He is that guy, but you know what? At that particular point in time in the game, sometimes you got to find your teammates and you got to trust your teammates. Middleton, sharp shooter. You know, he's a sharpshooter. When you need a three, he's going to give you a three. When you need a bucket, he's going to give you a bucket. You just got to trust your teammates. And I think he's getting caught up in the hype of I want people to accept me as who I am and the Greek Freak. And
he wants to be thought of as Kevin Durant,
correct,
LeBron.
exactly,
What these tops.
Exactly.
These top threes.
And the bigger picture is winning basketball games. You could do what you do and play the way you play, but that you got to start finding your guys and start and trusting your teammates to get you over that hump too.
So, how far does LeBron James take these Lakers?
Everybody needs to relax, first of all.
Okay.
I'm going to take a card out of Aaron Rodgers. Relax. It's just 8 games into the season. 8 games into the season. We got a long season, 82 games. You know, he always has a notorious start with his teams. When he first went to Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland. Now here with the Lakers. The guys got to figure him out. He has to figure his guys out. You know, on the offensive end, they all right. Don't worry about the offensive end. Let's worry about the defensive end. Everybody need to play defense and understand what we need to do to stop these guys from scoring easy buckets, easy layups, straight
Wide open threes,
point blank blow-bys, not being in position to stay in front of your guys. That's what the Lakers need to do.
Are they capable of doing
Yes, they are very capable of doing. They did it last year without LeBron. They played better defense, you know, at the beginning of the season without LeBron. That's what they got to get to now. Forget about offense. Let's worry about defense and stop giving these other teams, you know, 50 percentage points, 55 percentage points early in the first half, and then you got to work our way back from 15, 20 points down to come back and win the game. They kicking themselves in the butt at that particular time in the game. If we start off by playing defense from the get-go, we give ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game, and we'll be fresh at the end of the game. That's what they need to concentrate.
Who's the closer for this team? Is it LeBron or one of the kids?
Well, you know, that's what they have to find. You know, I don't know. LeBron wants to be the closer. He always wants to be the closer. You have to find, you know, Josh Hart. You know, you got to find him. You have to find Guzman. You know, you got to find those guys because they
need to stop talking about fight. Now, we know who the closer is, but we need an additional closer. We need someone else if they take the ball out of LeBron's hand.
Right, exactly.
We know who the closer is.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
I know.
If you have a closer, you don't need an additional closer.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Need a 1A and a 1B.
Everybody has an additional closer on their team. You know that you go to that you have confidence in to get them the ball that's going to make the shot, because at times you're going to get double teamed.
I think Luke Walton's having second thoughts about LeBron being the primary closer because down the stretch the other night, he called 3 straight plays in the last minute, 2 for Brandon Ingram, 1 for Kyle Kuzma. And I was like, what are you doing?
Did you not hear what he said? Did you not hear his reasoning for doing that?
You realize these aren't practice games. These aren't preseason. These count.
Exactly. So we got to put them in a situation where the games count to see. We've seen everybody could close in practice.
Right.
We saw
pressure.
LeBron close in practice.
No, you're right.
There's no pressure, but you've seen LeBron closing games too now.
3 of them last year in the playoffs.
I saw 5 straight early losses that he should have closed. Well, he just should have. Am I right? They're going back to Portland.
Did Toronto happen? Did Indiana happen? Did Boston happen?
Hey, that was last year. You got to update your resume.
Don't do that.
He doesn't have a co-star anymore. He doesn't have a second star.
That's what they're trying to find right now. They're trying to find that right now.
Right.
And by the end of the season, they will find that.
Yeah.
They will be in the playoffs.
You realize this is called the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference, so you can't just tread water while you're experimenting.
We're in Hollywood. We've already got Denzel to sign on as in the A role. So now what we're trying to do is get a supporting star to come along with Denzel.
Really?
That's how it works in the movie biz, Skip.
Skip, it's gonna
Denzel
work out.
is not 3-6 in the finals. I got to tell you, he's not. He is not.
If you don't mind
he
me
is
asking,
undefeated.
let me ask you a
Denzel Washington is undefeated.
Let me ask you a question. He's won some Oscars, right?
Yeah, he's Michael Jordan.
But he's lost some too, right?
Huh?
So is he undefeated in Oscars?
He got robbed.
No, don't do this.
Well, seriously, he got robbed.
I believe he did. I believe from Malcolm X, he got robbed.
Yeah, that's true.
There are some times he should have won. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so how far does this team go then? What's realistic?
Depending on what seed they come in, I'm thinking they come in anywhere from 5 to 8, around that. If they get Portland in the first round, even if they get, I say, the Pelicans in the first round, they might go. They can run around. Yes, they can.
You got them with the 3 seed.
I said they're gonna win around. I don't care what. Didn't LeBron tell you last year he didn't care about no seed? He said when I show up to your building, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't care the seed. It can be a mustard seed.
He didn't in the East, but he cares about it in the West.
I tell you this: if they get Golden State, if they come in 8 and they get Golden State. They're not winning.
Well,
I tell you that.
We ain't gonna be 8.
Right.
We're not gonna be the 8 seed.
Right. So they will make the playoffs, but they gotta start learning and start playing with one another.
Avoid Golden State at all.
Yes, avoid them if they make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, we have no choice. But we don't want them in the first round.
No, we don't.
Nope.
Okay.
Tim, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Switching gears, who will win the NFL MVP? We'll discuss that next.